Starting with number 10, the three weird sisters meet again to predict the future. These three infamous witches of Macbeth converse with each other. They make plans to meet again to confront Macbeth.
When shall we three meet again? In thunder.
In lightning.
No, 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 no.
Or in rain.
When the hurly-burly's done.
When the battle's lost and won, that will ere be set of sun.
Coming in at number 9 is the banquet scene with Macbeth and Banquo's ghost. Macbeth ordered murderers to kill Banquo in a previous scene. There is a banquet thrown to welcome the Thanes of Scotland, and Macbeth begins welcoming the guests. Suddenly, he thinks he sees the ghost of Banquo. His paranoid mind incites him to have a fit of nervousness, and he runs away in terror.
Welcome, my friends, to...
At number 8 is the murder of King Duncan. As Macbeth approaches the king's bedchamber, he is uneasy about what he is about to do. Macbeth executes the malicious deed, and immediately after he gets filled with terror. After all, he is officially a murderer. The horror that now affects Macbeth remains with him for the rest of the play. Coming in at number 7 is a private scene with Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. This is a moment of suspense in the play. The couple is anxious and full of discomfort, and though Lady Macbeth is reminiscing about Duncan's murder, Macbeth is preparing for the next murder, Banquo. In his attempt to comfort Lady Macbeth, Macbeth calls her by her nickname, Dearest Chuck.
What is to be done?
Oh, I know what is to be done. It's, be innocent of thy knowledge, be innocent of thy knowledge, my dearest Chuck. Oh.
How much wit can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He chucked all the wood, then a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
At number 6, we have Macbeth's murder. Earlier, he had worried about the witch's words that predicted his death. So when it came time for him to meet Macbeth on the battlefield, all hope was lost for Macbeth. The witch's prophecy was about to come true, and I quote, "Macbeth must know that his struggle for survival is over."
I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and Dan be them who first cry, hold, enough.
At number 5 is the dagger scene, one of Shakespeare's most famous soliloquies. In this scene, Macbeth is about to murder Duncan. He is overcome with false visions of a blood-stained dagger before him. Macbeth knows, and I quote, "It is the violence in his mind that is coming out in the form of a bloody dagger." He is stunned and dumbfounded by the realistic dagger, and he tries to reach for it. However, Macbeth realizes that he needs to finish the task at hand, and he goes to kill Duncan.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? A dagger of the mind of false creation, proceeding by the heat oppressive brain!
Number 4 is a scene containing the murder of Banquo and the escape of Fleance. The murderers, hired by Macbeth, attempt to kill the father and his son. Both Banquo and Fleance try to escape. However, only one succeeds. As Banquo gets stabbed, he cries, "Fly, Fleance, fly," telling him to run for his life.
Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da
Coming in at number 3 is Lady Macbeth's solo scene. In this scene, she asks to be unsexed, so she will not feel the remorse and guilt that the murder plotting will cause her. Lady Macbeth thinks that if she is no longer technically a woman, she will feel no regret, and therefore be unfazed by plotting the murder of a king.
Beeple, beeple, beeple. Bring, bring. Hello, God?
Yes.
Oh my God! Gosh. Well, I just had this question. Well, see, I was kind of wondering. Okay, well, it's kind of weird, but I was just wondering if you could, like, unsex me here.
As you wish.
For real? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Sex. Come on!
Yeah. Mo ho 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 ho.
At number 2 is the murder of Lady Macduff and her son. Macbeth's henchmen are the murderers. Lady Macduff's son shows the utmost bravery in this scene, saying to one of the murderers, "Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain." Even though this action caused his death, it showed his courage and fearless mind.
He's a traitor. Thou liest, thou shag-eared villain. What, you egg? Run fry of treachery.
And finally, at number 1, is the scene with the captain of Duncan's army. He delivers the opening report of the battle and first says that the result of the fighting is doubtful. The bleeding captain uses a metaphor, saying that there are, quote, 2 drowning men who gain no advantage by clinging together, but instead choke their art. As an added bonus, in this scene, the character of the captain is portrayed by Alan and played by Tori.
Doubtful it stood as 2 spent swimmers bleed, 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 that do cling together and choke their art, bleed, bleed. That merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, bleed, bleed. For to that nature, the multiplying villainies of nature, bleed, do swarm upon him from western, bleed, bleed, islands.
Ready?
Oh.